Good morning, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 10558 Southwest Cottonwood Street here in Tualatin. We're located at the left side of the home. We're in kind of this little nook here, basically at the front left corner of the house, just outside the window down here. We have a 3-inch ABS cleanout. That is for the storm drain system. This larger 4-inch is for the sewer line. We're going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer. Currently have water running. Here we go. Alright, we'll take a look at that joint on the way out there. It was kind of difficult to get over the top of. It's actually a very common thing to occur right at a transition point. You've got two different lines being installed at different times, and if you don't get the angles matched up perfectly when you're building them, you end up sometimes with a little bit of a lip there. I just want to make sure that joint is not separated and opened up to the ground. It looks like it has a lip on it, probably because you've got two different angles of pipe meeting each other there. That does not necessarily mean, though, that the joint is open to the ground. So it's not an ideal thing, and again, when the water is all drained out, we'll have a much better look there. Right here is the main lateral connection here at 65 feet. As best I could tell there when it switched to PVC, I believe it was transitioning to 6-inch. We'll try and see that on the way out. And I'm also going to go locate the camera head just to verify where the line terminates at. Alright, located the camera head successfully out the main lateral on Cottonwood Street. The line's still drained out here. We're going to give it just a minute longer. Alright, the line's essentially all the way drained out at this point here. It looks like the very end of the line has settled a small amount here. And we still do have some water trickling through. Now, what's there is is less than 1/4 of an inch. It's nothing to be concerned about or do any repair work on. The only spot I'm really concerned about at this point is just that transition. Now that it's drained out, we'll hopefully have a better look at it. Right here at the transition point. Alright, so now you can get a little better picture as to what's going on here. We don't have a great view of everything, just the way that the pipe is angled here, but it's again a very common issue to have. You've got two different pipes at different angles coming together here. I see this on probably 60% of lines that are of this age and type of pipe. Now the biggest thing here, this is one of those, I'll locate just to see where it's at. Generally, I don't recommend repairing stuff like this. It's such a small spot that really, I mean, unless you're putting things down the line like rags or diapers. I mean, huge wads of toilet or of paper towels. Things that are not supposed to go down the line could hang up here. Everything else, for the most part, is going to shoot right on through this spot. You can see that there's a very minimal, I mean, there's almost no debris buildup here at all. There's a really thin skip of grease, but that's normal on pretty much every sewer line. There's spots that, as long as you're not putting stuff down there that shouldn't go down the line, even, I mean, there's a good enough flow through here, this will still handle a fair amount of abuse, but it's the items that don't break down very easily. Paper towels, tampons, grease going down the sink. Grease will build up. You can see that's the one thing that is collecting here, but everything else is clearing through this spot here, and this house has been around long enough that it's certainly had some use on it. So I don't recommend doing any repair work there. In my opinion, it's a whole bunch of money to correct something that is not affecting the flow in a significant way. And the joint there is still intact. We don't have any opening to the ground or anything like that. But you can see how hard this dive is before coming up to it. I mean, the water's shooting through there like a rocket. Well, that's in large part why that spot is staying clean. It's got a good slope right before it. Alright, I'm just about to reel the camera out of the line. I think this house, if possible, it's on slab here. I can't, it's hard to tell. I don't see any foundation vents near me, so I'm going to camera backwards into the home here and just going as far as I can. That stuff dangling from the top of the pipe there is either dental floss or excess pipe glue. Now, whoever's living here needs to watch it on the grease. There's a fair amount of it going down the line. Luckily, at this point here, it's not in need of a drain cleaning, but if you continue to put a lot of grease down the line, you end up getting, we just kind of punched through a fair amount of buildup of it. So now that the camera's been through there, most of that's busted up and is just going to move on out of there. But that's one of the biggest things you want to avoid is putting any fats or grease, cooking oil down the sink. It builds up like crazy. Alright, well, we have good flow all the way to the main lateral. The ABS and PVC portions of the line are in good condition. There's no breaks in the line or anything of that nature. The sewer line is functioning at this time. Again, with that lip there at the transition point, just make sure you're not putting anything that shouldn't go down the line down there, and everything else will just flow through there totally fine.